from London, England. So those of you who are tuning in, let me just introduce myself. I'm Prash K, the founder and CEO of Stress to Success and the Urban Spirituality Movement. And I wanted to share some insight onto discipline. And the reason why I want to talk about self-discipline is it's an area that so many of my clients and even myself have had challenges with throughout journey in life. And I'm sure if you are normal and if you're not superhuman, then you will have faced your own challenges with discipline at some stage, in some shape in your life, right? And I want to start off with a little example, and I'm going to share 5 insights to help you to understand the importance of self-discipline. And then in future episodes, I'll look at how we can actually cultivate it. But let me share 5 key insights for you. And the way I'm going to do this is just tell you a little story about a client that I once had. And she was having a tendency to spend a lot of money shopping. And I once said to her on a coaching call, I said to her, you have no discipline when it comes to money. So initially she was offended. She couldn't believe I had the nerve to call her out on self-discipline so blatantly. But obviously as a coach, you have some privilege, some trust that they put in you to be able to call people out on their bullshit, right? So I called her out on it. Anyway, she was quite offended. And it took a little while, but afterwards she kind of started to turn around to what I had said, and she started to realize that there was some truth in what I was saying. And it was in the form of this awakening that something inside her needed to be rethought. She needed to rethink the direction that her life was going. And part of her problem was she was denying that she had a lack of self-discipline. She thought she had it together, right? Successful businesswoman. She had a great career before that, started her own business, really successful. And she thought she had self-discipline under control. But the funny thing about self-discipline is that self-discipline may be good in one area, but people lack this self-discipline in another area. It's just kind of how it rolls. So once she started to slowly accept and then take responsibility for her lack of self-discipline in those areas, she was able to start to make big changes in her life. And I want to share a little bit about how that would look for you in your life. So these are 5 ways self-discipline can help you get ahead in your life. Okay, number 1, self-discipline causes you to make progress. It allows you to make progress. That's like if you want to get ahead and move out of the rut that sometimes we find ourselves stuck in, we all need a firm hand to get ourselves up, right? So demanding of yourself nothing short of excellence and putting up a system of rewards and denial of benefits will certainly cause us to move forward in life. Now, how does this happen? See, firstly, when we are well schooled in managing our time, we tend to find that we can make more value off that time. So we all have to move in that same 24 hours a day, right? We all have that. But some can do much more with their time than others. And we know this, right? And that's why when you learn to master this special commodity of self-discipline, it allows you to level up what you can do in those 24 hours. It's natural to want to spend time anyhow doing what seems most interesting at the time, but what's most interesting isn't necessarily the determinant of success as to what we do. And the same applies to money, right? Let's make no bones about it, and how you spend it. If your emotions are under control instead of them controlling you, then it's easier and quicker to make sound decisions. Time is therefore saved, and of course you make good progress. So that's 1. I'm going to cover 4 more. Let me give you another one that hits me. Freedom from anxiety. The second benefit that self-discipline brings is freedom from anxiety. You know, once I came across a post on Facebook that kind of read, I can't wait for exams to end so that all I can do is do all the things that I want to do without feeling the guilt. The thing is, I laughed as I realized the truth embedded in the joke. See, many students suffer anxiety because they fail to be resolute about cutting off the distractions during their study time. And they're tempted to do the fun things like watching TV, binge watching on Netflix, right? Browsing on their phones as a way to switch off prior to their exams, but then they find they're miserable throughout the whole thing. The key out of this prison is to teach yourself to do everything at its appropriate time. So the things themselves aren't bad, the things that we focus on, but it's focusing on the right things at the right time. So leisure time is important as well, but you've got to enjoy it better. You're going to enjoy it better if you predetermined to do it and actually created that time for it, rather than it be something that you just throw in whenever. I hope that makes sense. All right, I'm going to share some more, but given the time of night, I'm going to call it a wrap here, and I'll share more tomorrow. So stay tuned, and I will share 3 more key benefits to cultivating self-discipline. I hope that's been helpful. That's it for me, Prash K, tuning out.